All right, everybody. It is time for Vintage Cube long after dark, a couple days before Christmas. I mean, let's be realistic, okay? You know who I am. You know what I like to do. Is it reasonable to do anything other than take Doomsday, especially at this hour, this close to Christmas? The next best card in the deck is Strip Mine. You know I'm going to take this Doomsday and a real deck is going to pass us by where we can utilize this Strip Mine. Mother of Ruins is fine if you want to go into mono white. A fetch land's good if you want to stay wildly open. Strip Mine's by far the best card and the one that I should take, but we're taking fucking Doomsday. Let's go. Okay, so with our Doomsday, we actually have a number of interesting picks here, and we don't want to marry ourselves to Doomsday. So like a very nice pick is just Bloodstained Mire. We know we're going to be playing black. Getting really good mana is important for Doomsday. There's also Counterspell, which would be pretty good in Doomsday, especially if we want to end up playing a more controlling deck. There's also Lose Focus, which is a counterspell, and that's easier to cast in a deck where you're also trying to cast Doomsday. And then there's Lorien Revealed. Then there's Soulguide Lantern, which cracks into your Doomsday pile, and Urza Saga as maybe the best card in the pack. For me, it's between Bloodstained Mire or Counterspell. Counterspell is so good, but trying to cast Counterspell in our Doomsday deck seems kind of challenging. I'm actually just going to take Bloodstained Mire here as like a reasonable pick. I mean, if we're here to do the thing is, right, in order to do the thing, the one card we need is Thassa's Oracle. We also have to be very recognize that Shelldock Isle is a very good way to win with Doomsday. I missed in my last Doomsday league where I drafted Doomsday, I missed picking up Emrakul when I had Shelldock Isle. And so that's something to be mindful of. I think that Duress is probably more reliable than Mind Twist. I'd rather Duress my opponent on one than Mind Twist them. Mind Twist is good in a deck where you've got a bunch of rituals though, and we might be leaning toward rituals if we can get them into play Doomsday. Mind Twist is powerful, but I think I'm just going to take Duress over Mind Twist. Is that crazy? Is that unreasonable? Night's Whisper lets us crack into our Doomsday pile. Bayou lets us play green. We definitely don't want Ancient Tomb. And then Frantic Search also cracks into your Doomsday pile and does so by allowing you to untap your lands, which is really good at playing Oracle. I love Night's Whisper. I wonder if Night's Whisper wheels, though. Like, can I take Frantic Search and just have Night's Whisper wheel? I can also just take Thundertrap Trainer, which gets the Doomsday. Sensei's Divining Top's probably pretty busted in Doomsday too, right? We could take Top. Top lets you like draw into a pile, reorder your pile. Might actually take Top and then hope to wheel either Night's Whisper, Thundertrap Trainer, or Frantic Search. Bolas's Citadel could be good in Doomsday. There is a Doomsday Bolas's Citadel deck that wins with Tendrils of Agony. I actually think that if we take Bolas's Citadel here, we leave ourselves open to building a Doomsday deck that has Tendrils of Agony in it. Wait, does that work? We can probably make it work. We might need something like Snapcaster Mage or something to cast the Doomsday a second time. It's risky taking this here, but it also opens up Tinker as being a cool card. We also took the Top, which kind of lends itself to a Tinker strategy. There's a very obvious strong pick in Animate Dead, which goes into a Dimir combo deck. But I'm going to take Bolas's Citadel because it's Christmas. And now we just take Dark Slick Shores. Tameo Collector of Tales could be strong as well, but I don't mind just taking Dark Slick Shores here, I think. And there's the Jace Wielder of Mysteries. I think we're kind of fucking doing it now. I mean, now I'm just locked in to doing it. Let's go. Here's Gush, which is also insane with Doomsday. So now Lion's Eye Diamond or Black Lotus are the two best cards that we can draw. I'm going to take Gush. This is where you take the Doomsday and you just see the heart of the cards, folks. Katara Waterbending Master is a way to draw into your Doomsday pile. We could also take Trinket Mage or Treasure Cruise. We've already got Gush. I don't know how often I'm going to be playing on my opponent's turn, but Katara can be good. I might try Katara. I might regret that pick. There's Soul Guide Lantern, which draws into the pile. There's Show and Tell, which I guess puts Bolas's Citadel into play. Waterlog Grove also draws into the pile, but Soul Guide Lantern kind of does it more reliably. It's also an artifact if we do happen to open a Tinker. Starting Town or Dark Confidant. I don't really want to be playing Dark Confidant in this deck, but it's possible. I mean, we could play it. Starting Town's also a pretty good mana source. I'll take the Confidant, though. Oh, Night's Whisper wheeling's sick. There's also Luris. I'm going to take Night's Whisper, though. I'm happy that that wheeled. We missed out on Frantic Search, which turns out would be awesome in this deck. I think I want Survival. So I'll take the Copperline Gorge. Might as well hang it out over here just so we know we have it at our disposal. This pack has gone awesome, though, I think. We kind of like have a Doomsday deck, right? So now we just need to fill in the pieces in between. Like, look at this. We got a 13, an 11 card Doomsday deck, and we just opened fucking Ancestral Recall. Oh, this is Christmas. This is, I mean, this was just meant to be, right? Leave it to the semiotician to just first pick Doomsday and then take all and then make it work somehow. Okay. I mean, we're not taking Ancestral. We're kind of fucking doing it. It's a real sad. Oh my god! And there's Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh my god. There's also Tolarian Academy, which is absolutely busted. There's Verdant Catacombs, which is absolutely busted. But Lion's Eye Diamond, if you played Legacy as a way to cast Jace, we're kind of just we're kind of just doing it. Yeah, we'll take LED here. I think it adds the most to our Doomsday deck. We're going to need to find our Doomsday. Flash is very interestingly a strong card. Flash, you can put Thassa's Oracle in at instant speed as well, off of one colorless, one blue, which can be helpful. What do we... Like, what do we take if we don't take Flash? We could take Wishclaw Talisman, which is a way to find Doomsday. Is Wishclaw Talisman better than Flash? Wishclaw Talisman, find Doomsday, like, cast Jace. These are the sorts of lines that take a lot of mana that we don't really have currently. I might take the Talisman, though, even over Flash. Talisman might wheel, though. I'm going to try Flash. Okay, so here's Urborg, which can go a long way in helping our mana. I need to be sure not to like lose the thread here, right? There's also Baleful Strix, which is really good at kind of keeping us alive. It's a cantrip which draws through the Doomsday pile. Urborg really goes a long way in helping us cast our Doomsday. I don't know if a card like Urborg wheels. If a card like Urborg is more likely to wheel than a card like Baleful Strix. Like, this is where I wish I was Luis and I just had that intuition, but I don't. I love Baleful Strix. We'll be able to make the mana work. I think I'm going to take the Strix just because I think it's a solid card. Here, I think it's a pretty clear Spell Pierce. The problem is there's not much we care to wheel from this pack. I think Spell Pierce is the kind of thing we want, so I'm going to take that. There's Barrogoyf. I mean, I love to see a Barrogoyf here. This is kind of the dream, right? We took the Baleful Strix. We've got this, like, creature pivot. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. We actually have the Tinker for Bolas's Citadel? Are you kidding me? Thought Scour shreds through a Doomsday pile. We have to get the Oracle too if it's opened, right? Now I wish I took the Wishclaw Talisman over Flash now that I have Tinker. This was a huge blunder on my part. Huge blunder taking this Flash. Um, I think I'm going to take Thought Scour. I could take Jace Vryn's Prodigy as well. Um, actually, yeah, I'm going to take JVP over Thought Scour. We have Ancestral Recall. We don't necessarily need a card like Thought Scour in our Doomsday deck when we have the best way to crack into a pile. Cataxian Probe would be really good because then we could like Ancestral into Probe LED, and then crack, like use the Probe like a kind of cycler trick. Nethergoyf, not really what I'm looking for. Mightstone and the Meekstone, not really what I'm looking for. I think I'm just going to take Badlands. I know we've already got Bloodstained Mire, and Badlands doesn't really help us much here, but I think it's probably better than just slamming a Nethergoyf, right? Creeping Tar Pit, pretty solid pickup here. There's Palantir of Orthanc. My kidney for a Dark Ritual, really and truly. We need some more artifacts and a Dark Ritual to make this work, and really, this was such a bad pick. I lost the thread for a moment here with this Flash. I just really love Flash. I think Flash is a strong card, and my goodness, the Wishclaw Talisman just came back anyways. I think I'll take Wishclaw over Pentad Prism, even though I think Pentad Prism's super good in this deck. Artifacts is really open. We took Ancestral Recall over Talarian Academy. But yeah, let's take Wishclaw Talisman. Harvester of Misery is like a removal spell. I guess I'll take that. Caustic Bronco, Upheaval, or Saheeli. Definitely not an Upheaval deck. I've already got Dark Confidant, which I don't think I'm playing. Guess I'll take Saheeli. Take Chandra, him to Turok. That's actually nuts. Soul Ring to go with our Tinker. Guys. Guys. Is this Christmas? Is it? Christmas isn't for a couple days. It's the 22nd. What is happening? What is actually happening right now? Oh my gosh. All right, let's take Soul Ring, I guess. It's again, we're not, I mean, Soul Ring's excellent with some of our cards. There's Shelldock Isle. Do we take Shelldock here? There's also Blightsteel Colossus. Blightsteel Colossus is a really sick way to win with Tinker as well. Like to get you like an alternative route. There's something really wholesome about Tinker Blightsteel. Okay, let's get Dark Confidant out of here. I don't think we're playing this Katara. I don't think we're playing Flash. Ooh, okay, so for me, this is a tough pick. I think it's between Shelldock, Blightsteel, and Mana Leak. We don't have any counter magic. We've just got this Spell Pierce. How's our removal looking? We've got Baleful Strix and Barrogoyf. I want to play Blightsteel Colossus in my deck. I think I'm going to take Shelldock and hope that I can wheel one of these other cards. I think Shelldock is super strong. I mean, I might take Brain Freeze. We haven't seen Underworld Breach yet, and we've got LED and Badlands to cast. Like, if we could get Underworld Breach here, like, I kind of just want to play to that out. Because, like, what else am I going to take? Narset? Manifold Key? I'm going to take Brain Freeze here. There's Git Probe and Tendrils of Agony. I think I take Git Probe because it actually facilitates Doomsday piles with LED. We really need Dark Ritual. There's a world where this deck just becomes busted, right? Where like Tendrils wheels, Underworld Breach is opened, you know? I kind of feel like we're on top of the world here. I think Cataxian Probe is the best card for us for pile construction, from a pile construction perspective. Are we literally going to make the... We could make the Brainstorm LED pile with Ancestral, I think. I think Brainstorm's better than Volcanic. Although Volcanic means that Bloodstained Mire gets blue, which is something that we're looking for. The mana's going to kill us, isn't it? I'm going to take Brainstorm, though, because that's helpful. Oh my god, there's Cabal Ritual and Underworld Breach. I'm going to take Underworld Breach because we have LED, and I really wish I took that Volcanic Island over this Brainstorm. I'm going to hope that we can wheel this Cabal Ritual. I don't know that it's going to happen, but we're going to try to do it, and we're going to go like full combo here. Wow, Scalding Tarn is an excellent pickup. I really need that Cabal Ritual to wheel. If that Cabal Ritual wheels, like there's like a world, right, where that Tendrils wheels, the Cabal Ritual wheels. We definitely take Scalding Tarn here. This looks like the easiest Watery Grave of life, I think, just to help from a mana perspective. I really love Daze and I love Mishra's Bauble, but yeah, we'll go like that. There's Consider. Do we need Consider? Like, we could literally build the Consider LED pile, right? We could literally go Bob's Your Uncle and Vintage Cube with Cataxian Probe and Brainstorm. Or should I just take Blood Crypt to help us cast this Breach? I'm just going to take Blood Crypt to help us cast this Breach. I think we can win with Ancestral Recall if it comes to that. Here, we could take Currency Converter, or we could take Stern Scolding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Tinker part of the deck is a little challenging. Currency Converter. I think I'm just going to take Stern Scolding, honestly. Thopter Foundry, Dam, Roggen Triome, Grave Titan. I could take Grave Titan as like a sideboard card. I could take Thopter Foundry. I don't think we saw Sword of the Meek. We're definitely not playing Thopter Foundry. I mean, we're not really playing any of these cards. Maybe there's a world where we need something like Dam. Okay, so the Tendrils came back. So we're going to take that. If the Cabal Ritual comes back, that's just what we want. It's going to be a very late Cabal Ritual, but if that comes back, it will be the dream, because I had to take Breach over Ritual. And so the Doomsday portion of our deck is a little sketchy. Come on, Cabal Ritual. Oh my god. We did it, guys. Everybody, I just want to say Merry Christmas to you and your family. I think we really made something special here. I think we really, really, really made something special here, guys. What is existence? This might be the sickest deck I've ever drafted. Honestly, is a masterpiece, I think. This is a first pick Doomsday, and we just believed. What were we gonna do? Pick fucking Strip Mine over Doomsday? Okay, let's build a deck. Wow, this is something to marvel at. What's our deck's downside? This is very close to just being the deck too. Like, we need to cut like maybe one card. So what is the card that we cut? It could be Stern Scolding. This is insane. I actually can't. Yeah, the only thing we need is a tutor. Ancestral Recall, Soul Ring, Lion's Eye Diamond, Brainstorm. Oh, we didn't get Thassa's Oracle. We actually didn't get Thassa's Oracle. So that's what we're missing. In my head, I'm like, we just have Thassa's Oracle, but, you know, we can win with Jays. We could cut Stern Scolding, bring it in against creature decks. I like Soul Guide Lantern as a way to crack to the pile. But we're honestly like a Breach deck. We're also a Tinker deck. We are many things. This really This really is something special. And I forgot to look into the Shelldock Isle, and the Blightsteel Colossus never came back. So I ended up taking Shelldock over Blightsteel, and I ended up kind of wishing that I just had Blightsteel in my deck, to be honest. Because we're winning by spell combo. We do have this Barrogoyf just chilling, though. So Barrogoyf's a strong card. I don't know that I'm in the right, because this is an After Dark. My friend Fraser and I got some nachos, and we were chatting, having a good time. And then I came home and I'm like, let's play some Cube. And then I first picked Doomsday, and now we're here. So even if I just scrub out, I'm still very happy with where we're at. All we need to do is get to the right number of lands. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue sources, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 black sources. I think we just add a blue source, honestly. We somehow need to cast both Jace and Doomsday. But we can also build like Doomsday piles where we kill with Bolas's Citadel's already out. This is insane. Okay. All right, let's fail to comprehend how to pilot this thing. I don't even know if we need to be playing Tendrils, because we've got Brain Freeze too, but well, we can use Tendrils to beat Eldrazi, like in cases where we can't mill our opponent out, we can Brain Freeze ourselves and then cast Tendrils. Wow. I need like a Thassa's Oracle, a Demonic Tutor, and a Black Lotus. And a Force of Will. And I would say this deck is just absolutely cracked wide open. We've even got Gush. I forgot we had Gush, which is like almost so unnecessary because we've got Recall. But yeah. All right, we've gotten our first opponent here. Let's we're on the play. We've got Ancestral Recall. We've got Tinker for Bolas's Citadel. I mean, these are some Magic the Gathering cards, right? Let's keep. I could lead on Shelldock. Or I could just pass with Recall up. That's actually an interesting decision. I think I'm going to lead on Shelldock. It really sucks if we get Thoughtseize here, but it's like, if they take my Recall, I've still got Tinker, right? Oh my god. Okay, so this is putting something underneath a Shelldock Isle. I guess we'll just put Baleful Strix underneath and we'll pass. That's a pretty unexciting Shelldock. Leading on Shelldock also puts us far from Doomsday, but I think we're going to be fine here. Forest. Cataxian Probe. Do we start by probing you? Yeah, I kind of think so. I want to know what I'm up against here. Okay, so they've got Force of Will. That's good to know about. So I could deploy, and they've got Wasteland. So I'm going to play my Bloodstained Mire. I could just jam Wishclaw. They like Wasteland me, then I can't Tinker. So that doesn't seem good. What if I just Ancestral myself? Will they force the Ancestral? That's a good question. Maybe I don't want them to force the Ancestral, but yeah, so that's, I mean, that takes those cards out of the hand for the Tinker, but now we're like pretty far from the Tinker anyways. They've also got Wasteland Crucible, so they're developing Island, they're playing Wayfinder. Okay, they're deciding not to Wasteland me. Maybe I don't like that I just threw this card into their known Force of Will. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 mana here. I think I'll brainstorm. Hymn to Turok's interesting. So let's put back Gush. And let's put back... This deck is like so much going on. I don't even know. I think I want to play the Wishclaw Talisman here. Maybe we don't need Jace. Or him. Him doesn't seem that potent. We'll fetch like this. We'll get Watery Grave. I guess we'll shock ourselves. That doesn't feel the best. Wastelanding Shelldock, sure. Chrome Mox. Pitching Questing Druid. Gemming Crucible. Okay. Passing, so we're under a Wasteland lock here. I think I'm going to Tinker Citadel. I wonder if I kept Gush, if I could have won off Doomsday here. At this point, I think this is the route I want to take. Let's just hope there's not a land on top. There's LED into land. Okay. So we're going to pass. And I guess we're going to hope that next turn is good. There's Wasteland again. They're probably going to take the Grave this time. They're going after Badlands. Okay. Chocobo. After Wastelanding. Attack for 1. Okay, we really need to go hard into this Citadel here if we can. Okay, let's duress our opponent. There's an island on top of their deck. Or our deck. Yeah, I guess I'll play the island. I guess I'll cast Night's Whisper. Night's Whisper hits me with a Gush. Do I keep going? Like, I'm kind of getting close to just like fizzling here. Let's go blue. Let's just Gush. Hit a land on top again. That's very bad. Oof, that's so bad. This Bolas' Citadel is failing us. This Bolas' Citadel is really failing us. We might just die now. After all that. Oroboroid. Okay. Attack for 4 is going to put me to 4. I think I'll go to 4 here. We're going to need to find a Tendrils, though. Okay, so there's a Jace that we can't cast. So let's go tap Jace. Draw a card. And then we'll discard Watery Grave. And now we can, like, return a card from our graveyard. Maybe I'll play this Swamp first. There's Soul Ring. I guess I'll cast that. There's Brain Freeze. Storm count is so far 1. Well, let's add a bunch of black mana. But then cast the Brain Freeze. Oh, this will have to cast from my hand. Brain Freeze you. Oh, there's the top. I've just run out of life. I've probably botched this in my state of mind. Put you to 17 cards in deck. I just don't know what more I can do here. But I'm obviously dead to their creatures, so I think I might need to like discard my whole hand here for triple blue. Use this to return Ancestral. And now I can't Doomsday. But I can Ancestral Recall to draw 3 cards. And then I can play Divining Top. Spin Divining Top. Shit. There's Breach, but now I can't cast the Breach. Because I don't have red mana. The LED's gone. But I had to crack it for the blue. I think we fizzled here, but that was a pretty sick run. We can put Barrogoyf into play, but then they can just... Does this thing have flying? I don't think the Barrogoyf's even going to be strong enough. It is a 7/8, though. Puts me to 8. I guess. Just going to play a Barrogoyf here. And I don't know if that's good enough, but it's what we're going to do. We've also only got 15 minutes left on the clock, so I'm going to need to speed up here. I'm sorry. I definitely probably made some errors there. It was an embarrassment of resources, the amount of good cards that I have, and I'm just piloting this masterpiece like an absolute buffoon. Ooh. All right. Okay, so Chocobo enters. This thing does not fly. It looks like it flies. I think we're probably dead. But they can only attack, and I will block with my Goyf. But yeah, I don't know how we get the red source. Especially since Badlands and Blood Crypt are both gone here. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Are they just casting Hogak instead of attacking? Because we've got Doomsday as well left in our deck. If we can get a Barrogoyf Strike in, and then make it to Doomsday, that's got to be pretty good, right? Has the Barrogoyf actually just stonewalled this entire army for one turn? Right. We just have Breach on top of our deck, so now we just need to attack with the Barrogoyf to gain some life, right? Okay, it's going to gain us our life back. Mill 6 cards, no. Cast Underworld Breach. Oh, this deck is just insane. They have no cards in hand. I forgot that we could just... Oh, okay. Yeah, they have Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Okay. So they're going to take that. All right. All right, so we're going to have a game here. All right, let's play Cabal Ritual. Let's play Cabal Ritual. Let's play Sensei's Divining Top. Let's spin the top. Let's go like this. Oh, I guess let's just cancel. Let's go 1, 2, 3. They have no cards in hand. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 12. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 3. 3. Tendrils of Agony. Same targets. All right. All right. Well, it took us a while to get there, but we got there. Oh my god, I used so much of my clock on that win. We can't afford to lose again. What are we playing against? Lands. Lands is kind of annoying. There's Stern Scolding, which doesn't seem terrible against what they're doing. I can maybe see. They've also got Force of Will in their deck. I don't know that I want Stern Scolding just rotting on top of my deck when I have Bolas's Citadel out. Let's just submit the list again. Deck is perfect, right? This one's not super good. This hand leaves a lot to be desired. It can put a Doomsday maybe on the stack in a bit. They never saw the Doomsday either. I'll mull. I think we need something a little more punchy. Guess I'll keep this one. It's not that much more punchy. Maybe I'll put Gush on the bottom. I just don't foresee myself needing that yet. Okay, opponent's deck is pretty strong. Like they've got a pretty cool lands deck is what I'm trying to say. I wish we could have Spell Pierced that fast bond. Because now Spell Pierce is looking a little dicey. I wonder if I'm supposed to Soul Guide. I think I'm going to hold up the Pierce and then go for the Lantern next turn. Artifacts and creatures your opponent control enter tapped. Okay, that's pretty strong. There's Breach. I think I'll just deploy Lantern now, honestly. Or sorry, Talisman. So Tinker doesn't do anything because Citadel's in hand. Attack for 2. Passing. Draw its Creeping Tar Pit. I guess I'll play the Tar Pit. I think I'll play the Lantern. Ooh, they thought about that one. And then I'll pass. So now, like, red mana, LED Brain Freeze. These are good kinds of cards. The fact that I've got this Soul Guy, we're just going to have to figure out how to win through this Mokdi. There's Tendrils. Not the best draw. Does this put us closer to wanting to do anything? I don't think so. So I guess I'll just pass. I mean, I could attack with Creeping Tar Pit. That could put them into range of a mini Tendrils if I don't think this Spell Pierce is actually doing anything. There's Goyf, sure. Maybe that is what I was supposed to do because I'm not spending my mana here. Something tells me this lantern might be helpful. Okay. So I get Doomsday. I could Wishclaw Talisman, get Doomsday, down a mana. Then I could play Doomsday, go to 7. They'll Force of Will, but they tapped in such a way that my Spell Pierce is live. But then I've got no mana. Draw through. They like attack me back. I draw a Recall. They can use the Talisman to get anything from their deck. What happens if I Doomsday here? I don't like giving them this, but I think I'm going to attempt a Doomsday here. Just because now I feel like they're going to Force of Will me. And I'll be able to win the fight because they played Goyf. And then it's just going to depend whether they can grow their Goyf. But I've got Soul Guide Lantern to mitigate that. So at most I'll be taking 2, 4, going to 3. So how do I actually win from here, though, is the question, right? So I'm going to go to 7. I'm going to take 4, go to 3. So I draw a Recall for turn. I Recall into I Recall into Gataxian Probe, Island Diamond, play Diamond. I draw a Recall for turn, Recall into everything but Jace. I think this is what we'll do. I don't know if this is the best course of action, but I think it's what we'll do. So Jace goes on the bottom. These cards go on top. We get that. We'll pass. Our opponent's going to Bazaar and end step. So we're giving them Wishclaw, which might be problematic. They're Bazaaring again. Force of Will to bin. Okay, that's one of the cards I was most concerned about. Memories Jar. Let's just Spell Pierce the Memory Jar. Wow. A little attack. Ooh. This isn't going to work now. This isn't going to work now. Because I'm taking 5 going to 2. Oh. Oh no, I can hardcast Git Probe. Okay. So we draw this. We Ancestral ourselves. We play Island. We play Lion's Eye Diamond. We hold control. We play Gataxian Probe. Crack this for triple blue. We play Jace. We Jace ourselves. Merry Christmas. This is a very Doomsday Christmas, folks. I kind of just felt like I wanted to put Doomsday on the sack. I love that the Spell Pierce got the memory jar. They were going to kill us with Jar. They were literally going to kill us with Jar, and we're just like, let's Spell Pierce the Jar, dude. This is insane. This is just absolutely insane. All right, round two. We're on the draw. Wish good luck, have fun to our opponent. We've got the Bolas' Citadel in our hand, which is unfortunate. I think I'll keep this hand, though. It's a little slower, a little grindier, but maybe we can work our way to something, right? We've got this Cabal Ritual, which can maybe just cast the Bolas' Citadel. Our opponent's on a mull to 6. We're going to lead on probably Blood Crypt. Mountain. Uh-oh. Mountain, go. At least it's not Mountain Creature. Blood Crypt tapped, go. So Citadel's not going to be the best maybe in this matchup if this is indeed mono red. Quarry Steel Cutter. Do they have Bauble? They don't. Cutter is terrifying. Duress. Am I supposed to duress my opponent? I kind of don't mind doing that. I might be able to stop them from double spelling next turn. That is not true. I guess I'll take Burst Lightning. But yeah, we are maybe going to get cooked by burn spells here. Who knows, though? There's Figure of Destiny. I imagine they'll Firebolt our face. Trigger Cutter. Cutter makes a Monk. Monk attacks for 2. Night's Whisper not looking like that good of a magic card all of a sudden. Hymn to Turok. I could hymn my opponent. Can you like cast this from your graveyard? Collect Evidence 6. Oh my god, there's so many lines we could take here. We could like try to turbo toward a combo by playing Night's Whisper. Hymn to Turoking. I would love to be able to hymn plus do something else. Let's play. I kind of want to develop. I mean, I could go Cabal Ritual, hymn plus Strix. I kind of don't mind that. Oh my god. Thank god they don't have mana up. I don't know if this was like the best course of action. Drawing Shelldocks, not that helpful. But now they've got no cards in hand. We've got a blocker. Maybe they can bestow this stupid Phoenix. Okay, they're making their due to 2/2. They're attacking. Do I trade with the Monk? I think I do. I'd rather trade with the Figure, but I'll trade with the Monk, sure. I'm going to have to Night's Whisper next turn. If I can Night's Whisper into, like, Doomsday Watery Grave, we can probably find a way to win from there. Okay, so they're just letting that all happen. They decided not to pump their dude. We draw Tendrils of Agony. Let's play Night's Whisper. Maybe I tapped wrong. I was actually supposed to leave up Dark Slick Shores. kind of ended up not mattering. Hideaway 4. Breach into Hideaway. 6 cards. I'm at 13 life. I don't know that I can shred through enough of the deck to make the Breach work. I might need Breach in the deck, so let's just put Scalding Tarn aside. We'll deploy the Soul Guide Lantern. We'll exile the Firebolt. Oh, I should have exiled the Detective's Phoenix. That was a mistake. That was actually a mistake. I wish I didn't spend the Cabal Ritual the way that I spent it here. Hopefully they just go for Equip. Okay, what the frick is this? Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of each end step. If a card left your graveyard this turn, Gao deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Yikes. Okay, so the clock is ticking here, folks. There's Git Probe. So we're going to go Wish Claw Talisman. And then I probably have to pass one more time. I wonder if I have to use this Git Probe to draw here. I think I need to store one draw. Is it better to store Git Probe so I could take quite a bit of damage next turn? It's probably better to go like this. Just paying mana. We'll draw the Tar Pit. That's actually great. Drawing the Tar Pit here is actually great. So now we'll pass. So we could put Doomsday on the stack next turn. Yeah, you'll love to see this. An attack for 5. We kind of just got to hope that they don't have Fire Blast. Okay. Draw for turn, it's Swamp. Okay, let's start by grabbing Doomsday. And then let's go black, 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 Doomsday. And then we want Island, Jace. Yeah, I haven't played land yet, so we want Island, Jace, Lion's Eye Diamond, Gitaxian Probe. Maybe the other card doesn't matter, so let's see here. Crack Soul Guide Lantern, draw Island, play Island. I'm 1 mana short of Git Probing here. Okay, so draw Island. Did I mess this up? Because I'm going to go to 2 life here. If I'm going to go to 2 life here, I could play Swamp from hand, crack, draw, Ancestral. And then Ancestral into... This is so unfortunate. Oh, darn. Draw into Soul Ring. That doesn't help. I think we're actually 1 mana short of making this work, which is super unfortunate. There's just no other way that I can draw, I don't think. That doesn't cost me life. Gush is the way that I have. There's no way that I could, like, gush. Oh, okay. Is there a pile here? I thought it was easy, but it turns out not to be easy. I draw, so there's 4 cards left in deck. I gush, and then that makes there be 2 cards left in deck. I don't think this works, but I don't think there's any way I can ancestral into anything that works either. Okay. I don't know if something like this works. Let's draw a card. Let's play this. Crack this for blue. Cast Gush. Maybe we can make this work. Cast Lion's Eye Diamond. Hold control. Crack this for red. Cast Underworld Breach. Cast Lion's Eye Diamond. Crack. Oh my god, is this gonna work? Lion's Eye Diamond. Crack. Did I just find the Cosmos? I just saw the fucking Cosmos. I'm like literally palm sweaty. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was a fucking pile. That was a. I literally just. Okay. I wasn't even sure that that would work, but holy shit, that was sick. Cards me white might want are like Stern Scolding, Harvester of Misery. It's possible we don't want a card like Duress. So I could bring in the Harvester, certainly. Stern Scolding is good. Him to Turok's like not really something we want to be casting. And then there's Damn as well, which can kill a creature. But I want to go overboard. That was maybe the craziest pile I've ever made in my entire life, by the way. I didn't even fully have it calculated. I wasn't even sure that it was going to work, but I figured the only way it would work is by doing that. This seems like a keep to me. That we can find some way to do some things before we die to our opponent's barrage of creatures. Figure of Destiny. Ocelot Pride or level up? It's looking like a level up here. We'll draw for turn. We draw Lion's Eye Diamond. This deck is truly just insane. I guess we spin top. Oof, none of those cards are particularly exciting. I guess Island is kind of exciting. All right. They're attacking for 4. Draw for turn. It is the Island. Can I win here? It would involve playing Island. Cabal Ritual 3, 4, 5. That costs 3, so no. We can't win here. So let's deploy Talisman and pass. I think. Maybe there was a way I could win here with Lion's Eye Diamond, actually. I actually think there was a way I could have won there with Lion's Eye Diamond. Sucks to suck. Because now putting Doomsday on the stack becomes rather risque. Guide of Souls is fine. What we don't want to see is them pass with just like lightning bolts in hand, right? That's when this becomes really challenging. That appears to be what they're doing. Okay, I think I'm going to take the Spell Pierce here. Search for Doomsday. Cast Doomsday. The problem's just... I could have played Bolas's Citadel there too. I'm going to wait one more turn though. Might be risky, but I think it's what I'm going to do. I think my opponent might send a burn spell in the end step here, and I'm going to Spell Pierce it. Burst Lightning. I'll take my Pierce here. We got Bolt too. Carfire, okay. How much energy do they have? Just one. Okay, so they're attacking for 5. I'm going to 5. We're again in a situation where Doomsday puts us to 2. So we don't like that. We're going to spin here. Oh, none of these cards are good. We'll use Wishclaw and upkeep. What can we Wishclaw for here? I don't think Barrogoyst's going to be enough. Underworld Breach. We have LED, but then we kind of don't know where to go from there. We could take Doomsday and we can win, but if they have Burn Spell, we die. Is there any other way to not die to a Burn Spell? We could take like Ancestral Recall, try to build up Storm. We could take Tendrils of Agony, but there's no way we're getting there with that. We could take Brain Freeze, but then we would need the Breach. It might just be going for Breach here, and then spinning. Oh, now we're dead, I think. Strix. I think I just fucked us here. Yeah, I might have just cooked us here. Okay, let's just save all the time, as we're going to need the time to try to win this next one. I kind of took way too much time trying to figure out that Doomsday pile, and then that didn't come together. I'm sure there was a way we could have won. I was just playing a little scared. I felt like they had another burn spell in their hand and that I couldn't go for Doomsday, but maybe in that spot going for Doomsday is just the best that I can do, and I just have to hope that they don't have it. That's probably the case. We'll be on the play. Tinker with Citadel in hand. We'll mull. This hand is pretty bad, but Brainstorm could save it. I think I'll put Island on the bottom. We might die here. You might say that I was supposed to lead on Island there, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to win this one, he says, as he draws Tinker. Well, let's Tinker Bolas's Citadel. I guess we'll cast Jace. I guess we'll play Soul Guide Lantern. Exile target card from a graveyard. I guess we don't need the Tinker anymore. And then, no response. I guess we'll Brain Freeze our opponent. Let's go same target. And then I think I'll hit us for 1 here. Okay. Hit our opponent's thing. Hit our own thing. It's Ancestral Recall. Oh, but Breach is just on top. Great. Let's cast Underworld Breach. And they're scooping. All right. Yeah, this deck is absolutely cracked. That first Doomsday pile was just out of this world. Had I played a land there yet? It was turn 2. So yes, I had played a land. This is wild. So then I can play Sensei's Top off the Breach, and then I can use the top to hopefully find LED within the top 11 cards. Okay, I'm going to pause here for now because this deck is too sick, and then maybe I'll finish it tonight. It's midnight now, and I kind of actually want to try to trophy with this deck. So I think the wisest choice is to finish it tomorrow, uh, for when we're no longer in the dark. But I just want to say, guys, um, for the after dark version, like, cheers to Christmas, cheers to this deck, cheers to you and your families. I wish you nothing but the best. If you've been enjoying this league so far, like, jam that subscribe button if you haven't, because this is honestly, this is one of the greatest vintage cube drafts I think I've ever had. Just first picking Doomsday and having it come together like that, like, I couldn't ask for anything more. This is just incredible. Until we finish this tomorrow, guys, have a wonderful evening, and we will do a little transition here. Cheers. All right, everyone, it's the next day. We've got one match left to play with this wild, wild Doomsday deck that I built. It's closer to Mindkiller Doomsday, maybe even than one might think. I mean, I know that, like, I haven't seen the deck in like a day, so I want to look at it again because it is one of those more challenging lists to pilot, or to, like, find the lines. I still can't believe that one pile I made last night with the Underworld Breach and the Lion's Eye Diamond. I really do believe that that is the coolest Doomsday pile I've ever made in my life. Um, and I think it really shows why, like, Cube is just such a fantastic format. The fact that you can build a deck like this, I mean, we got, like, really lucky. We first picked the Doomsday, we built Doomsday, and then we just kind of like all the Storm cards just, like, wheeled. But we set ourselves up to, like, I think I drafted this pretty well. The only thing I regret was taking this flash, but I can't remember. I was a little buzzed last night too, which is kind of, like, doubly funny. I think I lost one game. I just, like, completely zoned out, and I just kept, like, passing the turn because I didn't feel ready, and then I just lost. But yeah, the pick that I regret the most is this flash. But then I think that we got, like, we got an opponent already. I think we actually wheeled the Wish Claw that I took the fat flash over anyways. We've got 3 black mana. We've got Doomsday. I mean, this is the kind of hand that dreams are made of. And we've got the Shelly D. Shelly Doomsday. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go here. The trophy match on the line. We're on the draw. I'm going to go Blood Crypt Go, I think. Just a good old tapped Blood Crypt. Don't him me, dog. We're playing against black. This Gush is not the best given the the lands that we have. That's actually one thing I noticed when looking at the deck. Gush isn't the best, given the islands that we have. Like, we didn't see Underground Sea, unfortunately. I'm a little worried about our opponent playing black, though, to be completely honest here. Black blue, yeah, this is going to be a challenging matchup, I think. Just based off the colors alone, they'll have counter magic and potentially discard. Discard being what I really don't want to. Oh, we might just be dead. This is gonna suck if we lose this. Okay, what do they get? Not a lot. Spellseeker's terrifying. We'll see what we draw. We need Cabal Ritual. So Jace can crack us into the pile, but we're not going to have mana to cast Ancestral. They also, like, might just be, like, filled to the teeth with their discard spells. This is not good. A turn 2 flash is going to be hard to beat for sure, especially on the draw. If we were on the play, we might have a chance here. Barrowgoyf's interesting. They're probably going to Lily. Oh, they don't have Liliana, right? They can't put the Liliana into their hand. So I think, do I Jace here? Or do I Baleful Strix? Would we rather get a card deeper into the deck? We could put this. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to go Jace, Barrowgoyf, Doomsday. And we got to hope that they don't have a removal spell. They have the Spell Seeker, though, to find the removal spell, so that's problematic. And this Shelldock Isle enters tapped, which is also super problematic. They're deep in the tank here. Take 7, go to 13. I really need to draw an untapped blue source. 7 cards in hand, Spell Seeker. Swamp for Imperial Seal. I don't like this one bit, guys. Are they a Doomsday deck too? Exhume Torsten. What did they put on top of their deck? Grief. They put Grief on top of their deck. So they're going to Grief me here. They'll probably take Barrogoyf. If they take Doomsday, we can play the Barrogoyf. They've got a Traxa, Island, Grief, Swamp. Opponent's deck's very good. Grief, Pitch, Strix. Okay, let's see what they want to take here. I think they take Doomsday or Barrogoyf. I think they'll probably take Barrogoyf, honestly. I would need to draw exactly Cabal Ritual to win, I think, with Doomsday. But I'm fairly confident I can win if I do draw exactly Cabal Ritual if they don't take Doomsday. If they take Doomsday and I can play Barrogoyf, they can probably just Spell Seeker for Fatal Push or some such card. And then I'm in a rough spot. This was a very good start from the opponent. The turn 2 Torsten, turn 3 Torsten. Okay, so they're taking Doomsday. Very well. They're going to attack us for 6. We'll go to 14. They're going to have an answer for the Goyf. There's just not a lot that I can do about that. Okay, I'm going to draw off Jace. Duress is kind of interesting. If I duress them, I take 14, I die. Fair enough. I would have loved to be able to duress. We were on the play here. This game's quite a lot different too. I can't imagine a world where this Spellseeker doesn't get something that kills Barrogoyf. Phone shards. All right, that was a good start from our opponent. This is so sad. I really wanted to troph with this deck. It's like a shame that we're not going to be able to. Okay, so we're against Reanimator. I mean, most of our cards I kind of just like as is. In fact, I don't think I want to change anything. I'm going to run the deck back. All right, back's against the wall. My deck is so good, but this is, the kind of blue-black mirror. Kind of terrifying. Flash is such a strong card. This makes me want to go play like actual Vintage and try to build an Underworld Breach Doomsday deck. Is that a thing in Vintage? Certainly a thing in Vintage Cube. Oh man, Soul Ring Ancestral. Our hand was fine, right? Like it wasn't a bad hand. We just got Vintage cubed. Opponent played that very well too. The Imperial Seal put Grief on top. I imagine they put Grief on top of their deck. I don't know. That was like the best card they flipped, right? So Imperial Seal, Grief on top of deck, Exhume, Grief you, take Doomsday. Opponent used all the time to sideboard. We're on the play this time. We've got Tinker, got Brainstorm. I'm going to keep. We just need to find an artifact that is not Bolas's Citadel. I think I'll lead on Probe because if they have something like Thoughtseize, I might need to then play Watery Grave untap to Brainstorm and protect my Tinker. We'll see what we can do here. All right. Probe you. See what you kept. So they do have Grief here. And so I believe I'm going to shock in Watery Grave and pass. I could brainstorm like right now. This hand can fall apart very easily too. Okay, so there's Swamp. They're just going to pass. That's good for us. I like that a lot. And there's Lion's Eye Diamonds. I don't see anything that punishes us for playing at the LED. The Shieldred is like really annoying, obviously. Um, so let's go. I think Shelldock. We could put Doomsday under Shelldock, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. I actually don't really want any of these cards under Shelldock. I might even just put Dark Slick Shores under the Shelldock. I'll deploy LED, and then I'll pass. At least that way, like there's one less land in our deck for this Bolas's Citadel. I might brainstorm EOT as well, just to guarantee that we don't. I imagine they're going for a grief here, right? To guarantee that we don't draw the Citadel, because if we draw Citadel here, it's just like, fuck us, right? So opponent's got 2 fresh cards in their hand. A Reanimate, or like they have Mana Leak in their deck as well. I'll cast Brainstorm and end step. Look at that. The Bolas's Citadel was among the top cards. So we definitely put Citadel back with, I guess we can just put like JVP on top. We'll go to our turn. I'm like not here to not tinker, right? Let's grab Citadel. Yikes. Okay, there was a land on top, which is not good. We'll pass, I guess. But now I feel pretty good. Like, I don't care about grief, really, bone shards. I don't even think I cared that much about Sheldred. It's pretty far away. They could bounce this, but Blue Black doesn't have that many good answers to Bolas's Citadel or artifacts. Probe was so good there. Like, Probe was the MVP here, right? Evoke Grief, pitch Bone Shards. They might take Brain Freeze here. Maybe they take Cabal Ritual. Taking Brain Freeze, sure. Got 4 cards left in hand. One of them's Archon, one of them's Shieldred. What's the line, opponent? Okay, let's see if we can go deep here. Let's cast Soul Ring. Bloodstained Mire is like the perfect land to have on top of our deck. So let's play that. We're getting very unlucky with our Citadel here. I'll take Badlands, and now there's an island on top. This is like, this Citadel is just not working out too well for us. I think we're going to lose to this Shieldred, which is actually hilarious. We got very, very unlucky with this Bolas's Citadel. We need to find Divining Top or Underworld Breach. I mean, if we find Underworld Breach, that's very good too. So they can play their stupid Shieldred here. Imagine that's what they're doing. Yep. All right. We have no way to answer this, so this is going to hurt. Insane. Let's play Mountain. Swamp. There's another Swamp on top of our deck. Crazy. Discard Island. There's now Spell Pierce on top of our deck. Tinker doesn't help. Brainstorm will put us to like 6. There's nothing under the Shelldock. Fuck me, dude. This sucks. Let's go like this. And then I'm going to Spell Pierce Cabal Ritual. This is crazy. Add 5 black mana. I can't believe how many lands are on top of our deck in a row. Like, this is just insane. We'll go for Brain Freeze here. Let's go blue. Let's Brain Freeze ourselves. No response to the Storm trigger. Brain Freeze our opponent. Brain Freeze our opponent. Hitting Atraxa. Imperial Seal, Master of Death. Hitting us. Doomsday, Baleful Strix. Ancestral Recall is on top of the deck. Doomsday's gone away. I guess I'll Ancestral myself. I'm going all in here. Tendrils is on top of the deck. This freaking Shieldred, dude. I think I'm dead. That sucks so much. There's nothing at instant speed that gets us out of here. We're 1 mana short. That's such... I mean, maybe I just wasn't supposed to go all in with the recall there, but I kind of felt like we needed to. We're so close to going off here. There's nothing I can do. Yeah. Man, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. Shieldred. The Bolas' Citadel really just fed us some lands. Like 2 turns in a row. And we fetched one. So, yeah, that's super unfortunate. Regardless, I think this was still probably one of the coolest drafts I've ever done. I wish you all the very best over the holidays. Thanks for coming along. If you enjoy the Doomsday content, the Cube content, chilling with the semi, consider subscribing to the video or to the channel. It's the best way to support me. Currently, I'm trying to grind to 1,000. That's my goal. And we're almost halfway there, so we're getting close. In any case, guys, thank you so much. Again, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for coming along for this very Doomsday Christmas. Cheers.